Either sit or stand. Like this. At least these things will keep our ears warm.
If we get in, I have to sit down.
No, you're good. You should be all right. Unless it gets like where the cheerleaders are standing.
I'll call you.
For tonight's game, number 2, Justin McMahon. Number 6, Isaac Story. 10, 45, Andrew Munson. Mena won the toss, and they are going to receive.
And welcome, folks. We're coming to you live here from Dover, Arkansas, where the Mena Bearcats are shortly going to be taking on the Dover Fighting Reed Mendozas. And we are just moments away from kickoff where the Bearcats have won the toss and elected to receive. We're going to be the offense is going to be taking the field here shortly. Hopefully, of course, we say that sort of optimistically after last week.
It didn't work out in our favor in the second half last week.
No, it did not. Definitely don't want to take that for granted. But we are nestled here in the corner of Pirate Stadium, and
on the home side.
It's on the home side. It's awesome. We got some really friendly folks up here, and we hope they're friendly.
Yeah.
Don't be making them mad, Anthony.
I'm going to do my best.
We are here amongst the Dover faithful. Bearcats are taking really two wounded teams going into this game. The Bearcats have dropped 2 consecutively here, really unexpectedly. And the Bearcats with really high hopes on the season, and dropping these last 2 games has really put a damper. The Bearcats are hoping to get back on track with a victory here tonight against an 0-5 Dover team that's really trying to develop a new culture. And with Reed Mendoza, a Bearcat graduate, son of Abel.
With that being said, Clint, it's the Bearcats are down, lost the last 2 weeks, but we did finally show a little signs of life on the offensive side.
Great point.
Second half of the ball game last week, and you're hoping you use this game as a stepping stone moving forward for the rest of this year.
Absolutely, and we'll point out that the minute we had one pass heading down the field, deep pass coming from the corner, Zane Stevens, from then on, he was extremely efficient. Looking forward to progress even farther. Really, I look forward to him to continue to get better. He's there in the fourth quarter. He became so back to the game.
A little too little late.
Absolutely, lost the entire fourth quarter. Going to be an onside kick here. They definitely saw that Mena had problems with the kickoff return team.
But it wasn't the front line that had the problem last week.
No, it wasn't.
It was that second tier. And we made some changes on the alignment right there
this
week.
Yes, we did. You tell it's been that they saw a weakness. Coach Mendoza did and tried to exploit it. Bearcats take the field here at their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10. First play of the game, Zane Stevens in the spread formation, looking back to pass. Hits. That's Gavin Hooper. Gavin Hooper with a nice gain of about 8 on the play, going to bring up 2nd and 2.
It's going to bring up 2nd and about inches.
Oh, wow. Yeah, great. Reached out there right as he went out, didn't he?
They may go ahead and call that a first down.
Yep, they sure did.
I was going to say that was pretty close right there.
They're waving them. They're waving the sticks. Bearcats up at the line quickly. This is a new look. They moved it before the sticks even got set. Screen look. Jake Wiles with a nice, nifty move right there at the line of scrimmage. Big gain on the play, going to be a gain of about 25.
That's a little bit slow developing on the screen pass right there, Clint. And this is one game that you can honestly say that Mena does out-athlete this.
Yeah,
Dover
absolutely.
Pirates.
They definitely won warm-ups this time. And got the skinny spread right here. This is a different look. Got the Bearcats kind of packing it in the zone. Quick jet sweep look. Giving it to Gavin Hooper over the right side. Gavin Hooper still heading downfield, down to the 3-yard line.
Just a big, tough run. Good blocking out on the edge at the point of attack, and Gavin was able to pick up that first down. Now you got it first and goal right here from the
Mason
about the 3-yard line.
Brotherton and Mark Wilson had their guys blocked into the end zone from the 19-yard line. They've had their guys both of them had their guys pushed back 20 yards. In motion is Mason Brotherton. Quick handoff to Jake Wiles. Jake Wiles is going to walk in right there. Just absolutely dominated the line of scrimmage. So the Bearcats score in 45 seconds and change. I can't do the math, but it's actually 47. So 47 seconds, Bearcats get on the board there. So 6-0 Bearcats here with 11:13 left to go in the first quarter of action. And it's Gavin Hooper with the score. Got about 20 of that in through the air with the screen pass. Just some simple stuff, Anthony, and it's kind of what you're looking for in this game. Kind of get back on track.
You know, you gotta get a little healing done, and hopefully produce a little offense. And we were able to do that on that opening drive.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, I was about to get in trouble by my boss here. 11:13 left to go here in the first quarter. Bearcats are leading 7-0.
Looking on a nice, crisp, cool night.
Very, very nice. We're tucked up here in the corner of the Dover Fighting Mendoza Stadium. Here to kick off is Pessoa.
Looks like there's a little different lineup on this kickoff coverage team tonight.
Really is a lot of the sort of putting some more of your front line guys here on the special teams. It looks like. Is that Castor there, number 40?
Yeah, Castor's on there. I believe that's Devin Adams, Sam, Mark Wilson.
Deep kickoff down to the 10-yard line. Quickly swarmed over. Number 3. Justice McMinn for the Dover Pirates on the return.
They're going to set up shop short of the 20-yard line right here, Clint.
What we've seen from the summer camps, Dover's they're a spread team, kind of a spread to run is what the attempt is.
I'm interested to see who looks like you're going to have TJ and CJ in that middle linebacker spot filling in for the injured Coy House. Well,
yeah, it does.
JC's been in there all year, but
you got Gavin Hooper that he steps to the outside, and that's you can tell there's some teething problems with the mesh with the run fits with those linebackers and leaving a gap right there. They're giving up about a 13-yard gain.
It's going to come back because there was holding at the point of attack there by the Pirate offensive line.
Must have been on
60.
Number 60. Okay. I was going to say they probably held Castor, though, because he was at the point of attack. Is that who he held?
Yes.
So Dover, big gain comes off there, costs them about 23 yards. Going to be first and 18. Quick handoff. They try the left side without any success. They're not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. You're going to bring up 2nd and 19, loss of a yard on the play.
Going to lose that, and you had a little pressure coming off the edge right there by your right side outside linebacker, which was Sam, and was able to meet him before he could get untracked, and I couldn't tell. Looked like maybe
probably you're right. The guy playing on the right end, that's the sophomore Roberts, isn't it?
That is Roberts.
Quick handoff, going to be a toss back to the quarterback. Got a man, he's deep. Just overthrows him, boy, and he looked like the safety bit on the play.
It was all of them bit because he was 5 yards behind everybody, Clint. And if they connect on that, it was He may not have scored. We probably track him down there, but it was going to be a huge play.
That was a big one right there. He was 10 yards behind the closest defender, and we were closing on it. But like you say, I think it would have gotten – he probably wouldn't have gotten there. Got another flag in the area where it's possibly holding. No, it's not.
We declined the penalty. So the
okay.
penalty was declined.
Because probably was a holding, but since it's be half the distance, they're going to go ahead and
just take the
play.
play.
So 3rd and 19 here. 10-13 in the first quarter. If you're just now joining us, moving over to the YouTube streaming channel. It'll be the new home of the Bearcat Foundation broadcast. Moving over from the live stream, make sure you tell your friends and neighbors. We just made the move about 24 hours ago, didn't we, Don? Back to pass and almost intercepted.
In and out of the hands of Mark Wilson right there. And, you had pressure on the quarterback, and looked like we was just about to get to him and for a sack, and just didn't get to him there before he released it. But Mark made a great play on the ball.
Junior quarterback Dawson Branch for Dover really showing some good poise there. He kind of pulled the ball down, kept his eyes downfield, shifted in the pocket, and there just wasn't anywhere to throw. It was a two-man route, and we had it covered well. Be short punt formation and kind of a quick kick looking deal, but it turned out really nice for him. But Devin Adams picks it up, and he's got an edge. I think we got a flag. It's going to come back, folks. So big return, though, down to the 8-yard line.
Still driving, Clint. He doesn't realize it's going to come back, though, because there was either a block in the back here on about the 35-yard line.
On the offense.
Oh, it was. Most definitely.
Coach Mendoza is actually arguing about it. Holding. It's against the Bearcats. I was thinking it might be against them, the way they were
trying to figure out where.
I don't know what the controversy would be, unless it's maybe from an earlier play that the Dover coach is upset about. It's hard for me to believe that Reed is a head coach, and for Arkansas football, I still see him as a little kid out there.
It hadn't been all that long since he graduated, though, Clint.
Exactly. Man, it's amazing. He has really shot up in the coaching ranks, had a lot of success. We're super proud of him in his hometown.
And he's going to be a very good one.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very well thought of at every spot that he's been, and Dover faithful. Boy, decent crowd here for Dover. Got an 0-5 team and got decent number of people. Semi-interested that there's a football game going on.
I hope we, on this drive here, Clint, I hope we're able to work a little bit on our passing game and timing on getting to some routes and giving Zane some confidence to throw the football from
a continuation of what we saw in that fourth quarter, because the good news is what Zane faced in the fourth quarter at Pottsville was really his toughest situation. He succeeded against his toughest look because they were dropping back. He had some cover three and a lot of people dropping back, and that's tougher to throw against, and yet he still had more success than he had previously in his previous appearances. Against Mark Wilson in motion, he hands off to that's a keep. That's that spin look in the backfield that we've been hearing about the last 2 weeks. A lot of misdirection in the running game. Gain of about 6 on the play, going to be 2nd and 4.
Just trying to give some different looks at the point of attack here, I guess, and
Bearcat sticking with the running game. And split down here. The wideout spot down here low is Jacob Flemons. In motion, Mark Wilson again. This time he spins around, gives it to Mark. Mark outruns his lead blocker there. I think you kind of want to run with him, and Mark just not with the patience, but I think he could have turned that into a bigger play. or else Jake needed to head downhill faster.
Jake needed to get on downhill and go block somebody.
Yeah.
He just turned around and was a spectator. Said, go get what you can, Mark.
That's that point where I think you would have told the Pee Wee kid, if you want to watch, buy a ticket, right?
I would have definitely said that.
1st and 10, Bearcats on the 30-yard line of Dover, 29, Dover territory. Gavin Hooper in motion. He gives it to Gavin. It's a sweep look. Again, he outruns his blocker, but he makes a man miss, runs through a man. He's going to get into the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the night. That's a march of 29 yards for Gavin Hooper, and the Bearcats are rolling right here with 8:44 in the first quarter. They put another touchdown on the board. Pending the extra point here, potential 14-point lead. We're barely in it, 3 minutes into the game. Pessoa waiting for the snap. Kick is up and good.
Definitely, we're winning at all phases of the game right here, Clint. And
it is clicking.
You're winning at point of attack and the line of scrimmage, and you're getting a push there, and then our backs and playmakers are making kids miss and running through arm tackles. And if you're going to do that, we will score a bunch of points here tonight.
Totally different level of a football we're seeing tonight compared to earlier in the season.
And, we saw a few of the younger teams come out to Mena last night, and Reed's got some positives moving on
Absolutely.
up here.
Absolutely. They kind of swept the board, didn't they? Well, we had a tie in the 9th grade, but 7th and did the 8th grade have a matchup? They don't do that, do they? Pull them down. That'd be junior JV, I think, wouldn't it?
Right.
8:44 left, and Pessoa about to kick it off here. 8:44 left in the first quarter, that is. Bearcats leading 14-0 if you're just now joining us. Kick is up, and he keeps getting better, Anthony. I don't know. Kickoff went down to the 9-yard line and returned out to the 16-17, where he is rudely dropped after a short return. Dover offense without a first down so far in their first possession. We'll see. Definitely threatened with a
had a couple good looks at it, though, Clint.
I know, some trickeration.
Trickeration had him open down the field, just missed to connect on the pass, and we can't take them for granted here. We got to play tough at the point of attack, and linebackers got to fly to the ball and make plays.
Quarterback Branch shows a little bit of poise in the pocket. Going to hand off this time to, I believe that's number 3, and he is swarmed under by, that's the –
You had
Big Yang right there.
You had Big Yang, but
yep.
you had Castor that got there and slowed him up first,
Yep.
and Yang came in and finished it off.
Woo, did he ever. Swarmed under.
And you got a new look. You got Gavin in there playing that one of the linebacker spots on this series.
No, he was in there last time. That's the guy. He's supposedly, I was told that he did take Coy's spot, but it doesn't look like. Yeah, he is lining up the same. They might be changing some of the alignments with Coy House. Coy House is out with an AC joint sprain, kind of an injury to his shoulder area. Reverse toss right there, but to no avail. Roberts is right there in the back's hip pocket.
Gavin's the one that kind of shot the lane there and made that play.
Gavin is everywhere in this game. He is certainly the early on favorite for player of the game, wouldn't you say?
You'd have to give him the nod at this point in juncture.
7:20 left to go here in the first quarter. Quarterback back to pass. He's rolling to his left, finds a target, puts it right on the money. Woo! Boy, good job by quarterback Dawson.
Pass was there. It was just going to be a short gain, but it was going to be a gain nonetheless if he holds on to the ball there, Clint.
Feel for that kid, showing some poise with a lot of pressure in his face, rolls out to his left and delivers another nice pass. Back to punt. Boy, that is a short punt formation, isn't it?
It really is.
Boy, and it almost blocked. Devin Adams with the return. Turned out pretty good for Dover.
That was a pretty good play.
Yeah.
And that number 60 is the Dover Pirates' right tackle on offense, and he showed a little speed getting down the field and making a play in space.
Very odd punt formation. You're not really trying to force them back with the kind of a quick kick. So by showing them that you're in your normal offense, that's normally what you're seeing whenever you've got that short punt formation and you got your quarterback punting.
But they have lined up in that kind
In a
of
punt.
triangle formation.
That's true, yeah.
And
Yeah.
run plays out of it. So.
You still got to respect it, I guess. Fortunately, Andrew Graves got some news that he's suffering from a hamstring injury. Misdirection toss to Mark Wilson. Mark Wilson's still on his feet. Big gain for him, gain of about 12 on the play.
Big hole that he just runs right through. I mean, he doesn't get touched for 10 yards down the field, and then he falls forward for another 2 yards.
Big chunks happening on the ground. It looks like a Alabama non-conference game. 6:50 left to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, Bearcats on the 27-yard line.
Here's a little news here, though, Clint. You got 14 out there at the wideout slot.
Caleb Peters reverses out with that spin move in the backfield, and Zane Stevens with the carry. Got a flag on the field in the area where it might probably going to be a hold.
Did you see the block Mark Wilson picked up there to push the hole wide open?
Everything Mark Wilson, if he's on the field, is going to be going wide open. Indicating they've called the center hands to the face on the offense. It's a great story. Cason Cannon coming back for his senior year, really fighting some back injuries. Continues to fight, hang tough, and stay in there. And boy, he's been a big part of this team. 6:30 and counting here in the first quarter. Bearcats leading 14-0 here early on. A very chilly Friday night.
Wintertime decided to get here all of a sudden.
All at once. Again with that spin look. This time it's play action. Zane Stevens with the pass gets way short. Bounces off the first Dover defender and then intercepted by the safety. Boy, that one just got out of his hand. Funny.
It came out really bad. That was not the balls we saw slinging down the field. But was that just a one-man route right there?
Yep.
One read?
One-man route. Try to keep it simple. It's a lot of what we saw when he was successful at the end of the Pottsville game. Kind of just break it down to where it's a throw and catch, and then you got to count on your coaching staff to call them open right there. And, that is possible. Maybe that's possible right there, but double covered to say the least. And he could possibly have dropped it in there, but tough pass nonetheless. Mena with the turnover. Dover will be taking over on the 8-yard line.
On the 8-yard line after the penalty.
I keep getting in the way of the cameraman, so I'm going to have to get out of his way for a second.
Nobody wants to see the back of your head, Anthony.
No.
Nobody wants to see the front of my head. Quick handoff to Dover.
May have been ball on the ground right there. We may have recovered that, Clint.
Unbelievable. I don't know. Yes, it is. They're indicating Mena's football. Boy, I did not see what happened. We must have gotten pressure in there early.
It was. We had a guy right there as he was scanning the ball off. And
wow. It could possibly don't know if that was Yang or Roberts, because it was on that side where Roberts is playing. It had to be one of the down linemen to get there that fast. 5:59 left here in the first quarter, and Bearcats take over again, and this will be their 4th possession here in the first quarter. It's an odd turn of events considering we'd never touched the ball in the third quarter.
Right.
That's a just rare occurrence in a high school game, 12-minute quarters, and you don't touch the ball. Pottsville just controlled the line of scrimmage, and with the turnovers. And they're definitely motion. We had could pick your guy. We had all three. The tackle, no, it was delay of game. I was going to say we had 3 people moving too. Bearcats will back up 5. It's going to be 1st and goal now from the 9-yard line. Looks like Bearcats are rolling with the same play. Going to toss it to the tight end, and it's on the ground. Play is blown dead, and Oh, it's incomplete pass. That's right. It's tossed forward.
Yep, as soon as the ball's tossed forward. And
that's the advantage of that motion in the backfield is as far as being able to toss it up on those jet sweeps like that is if it is dropped, it's an incomplete pass. So you got trips on the right tall side of the field and handoff to Jake Wiles heading in that direction, and Jake makes a move to the inside, then cuts out, runs over a guy and into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's the tough run in Jake Wiles, that when he finally gets out in a little space and gets a head of steam going, he is a tough man to bring down.
Yeah, and that's been the case with him his whole career. But what he's added this year, Anthony, and we've talked about it a lot, is he's really run really well on the inside as well.
Right, he has run tougher this year on the inside.
Getting those tough yardage plays. Like to see him block a little better on the outside on these last few. That's not going to cut it when we get on into 4-4A competition. Extra point is good, and now the score with 5:46 left to go still in the first quarter. The Bearcats are leading 21-0. Looks like if you're joining us just now, the Bearcat Foundation broadcast is moved home's bases over to YouTube, the live stream service from YouTube. I think we've upped our resolution. You should see a better picture as well as hopefully a more stable service. Had a few teething problems as far as getting us up on this. We had a little bit late getting the stream up. We hope to be able to be more consistent with the broadcast, though, as you're watching it.
I still want to see us get a little bit more comfortable throwing the football, Clint, and as we move forward.
Would like to say if you are having troubles with the broadcast, make sure you let Aaron Cox know about it. Make the post on his Facebook page. He loves hearing about it. 5:41. Aaron
because
Cox,
it's always the cameraman's fault.
He's in charge of the complaint department. Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Between Aaron and Michael, I mean,
yes,
we're not going to field them, but we'll let them handle it.
Not really sure why it's Aaron's fault, but I think it is. 5:41 left to go here in the first quarter. Dover taking over on the 24-yard line. Quick handoff. And Dover just not getting anything going. He's had some decent looks as far as passing it. The quarterback showing a little bit of poise maybe in the pocket, but
Yang may have 15 tackles in this first quarter, Clint.
Boy, and that's not really the design of the defense either.
No.
He's facing off against a kind of a like-bodied individual, but he can't match up physically. It's almost a mirror image, isn't it?
Yeah, he may be bigger than Yang.
5:06 and counting. Quarterback back to pass. He rolls to his right, looks for a man there who's not looking for the ball. He's just semi-interested in catching it.
Kind of in between. You had a 23 sitting there blocking him underneath on a short throw, and you had Devin over the top of it, and he had to make a perfect throw to complete it, and it was not.
Yeah, and he looked like a receiver might have been, I might catch it, I might not.
He might have heard some footsteps.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. I don't know if he's even concerned about the footsteps. They're just kind of pretty laissez-faire. 4:58 left here in the first quarter, folks, and Bearcats leading 21-0. Spread formation. You got Trips down at the bottom of the field. Dawson back to pass, and he's got a man who does actually catch it, and big tackle by Sam Eford there. Nice-looking tackle, dropped quickly. Sam dropping back in the zone. And
there is a first time for everything.
Yeah. Oh, Sam doing a great job there at that outside linebacker spot. 4th and 4, and it looks like Dover lined up to go for it here. 4th and 6. Might be trying to draw the Bearcats offside. 7 seconds on the play clock. Nope, the ball goes right by him. Don't know if that was the plan. Scoop, tries to do the scoop and score, Sam Eford. And that was a, wow, interesting turn of events.
The quarterback right there was not looking for the ball to be snapped. And
No.
center just slung it back there. And I thought he
Went
might
right
have
by
a
him.
chance to pick that
I don't
sucker
think
up.
I don't think the rest of the Dover team was that nobody moved on that except for the center. Bearcats with the ball for their fifth possession. I think they only did not score once. So this is their fifth possession in the first quarter. 4:10 left to go.
And the possession that we didn't score on, Clint, was intercepted.
Number 82, the tight end, hurdles a man there at the 4-yard line.
Well,
out of bounds at the 1.
The referees must not have thought it was hurdling, because if it was, they'd have thrown
Oh, that's
that
right.
flag.
That is that's illegal. No, that was a minor jump then.
Yeah, it was a minor jump.
Mm-hmm. He's a hiccup. He skipped. That's what it was.
It kind of looked like a skip from him.
It did, yeah. Mm-hmm. This will be a, I don't know, they call it a 2 left formation. I don't know what they call it now, but got twins at the bottom of the field. Going to be a handoff to Jake Wiles. Jake Wiles plows forward. And another touchdown for the Bearcats.
You know, you had Mason lined up there basically in that fullback spot, and that was the first time that he really didn't fire off and go block somebody very hard, but he didn't have to on that
Seemed like he was a little confused, didn't he?
I think
he stepped to the outside.
May have been a new formation for him where his alignment was, and he just wasn't that comfortable on where he was supposed to go. But the result of the play was a touchdown, and
Jake Wiles with a tough run on the inside. Bringing the score to 27, pending the extra point. Kirkendall has to think about it a little bit. Got 9 seconds left to go on the play clock. Snaps back, it's bobbled. Zane Stevens picking it up, heads to the end zone. And the 2-point conversion. And when things are going good, they go great. So with the 2-point conversion, the score is now 29-0 with 3:58 left to go here in the first quarter.
And that was a horrible snap, and Zane sat around there trying to pick the ball up about 2 different times and finally got it up and beat him to the corner.
Boy, it's at this rate, if it weren't for this is why this is why the mercy rule came into being in Arkansas AAA football, is because we would be here until 2:30 in the morning at this rate.
Right.
The Bearcats are scoring.
For those that don't
bundles.
know, the mercy rule, when you're 36 points above your opponent in the second half, the clock will run nonstop, but it won't take effect until the second half.
Number 5, Pessoa keeps getting better, Anthony. He, these kicks, he's kind of got a swirling wind coming from his left side of the field, his left. Yet he's still punching it down to about the 5-10 yard line.
Yeah, he's consistently on those kicks tonight. Has been landing them in that 6-7 yard line, and the wind's kind of crossing maybe a little bit into his face at this point in time.
The Spaniard, I dare say he's never kicked a football in his life until the beginning of this football season, and he just consistently getting a little bit better. You can tell just his confidence and his pace on the extra points is getting better. Of course, we did have a successful field goal attempt last week. Back to passes Dawson on the screen, got a completion, turned inside by Sam Eford. We got a flag on the play. I cannot imagine. Oh my gosh, they called a personal foul on Sam Eford. That is unbelievable. How on earth? I mean, oh my goodness. They were down there. If anything, did he push while he was getting up? Okay. I thought the other guy was pushing him, and then he just got up. But anyway, so personal foul on that. But, boy, compared to what we saw compared to what we saw last week, that was just routine. So 3:30 left to go here in the first quarter. See, who do they have in there? Is that Peters that comes in for Eford? Handoff on the play. There's nothing there.
You got quite a few of these sophomores that are in there getting some snaps. Evans in there, Caleb. You got Bobby Wallace in there at the left tackle right now.
Oh boy, yeah, you do. A lot of substitutions. I see.
So
that.
Your whole front line is sophomores.
Evan, you mentioned Evan.
Your front five right there are
Graves,
all sophomores.
Yeah. Well, they got both. Yeah, outside linebackers are stepping up in there. Quick handoff. Dover with a decent gain on the play. Going to be a gain of about 7. Going to be 3rd and 5. 2:31 left to go here in the first quarter. Bearcats leading 29-0.
We got a little lighter when that package went in there with Evan and Caleb, but now you got Sam back out here. See if he can correct his mistakes. Keep playing hard.
Dawson rolling out to his left. He's got pressure from the right, and then Dawson pulls it down, rolls to his right with a nice gain. Got a flag on the play.
There should be a flag on whoever was trying to block Sam right there because he about decapitated him.
And be happy to tell Dawn I've got 5 comments about how well the YouTube service is going. It's working well for everybody except my wife. And I'm not sure if I wasn't in the house. Exactly, yes. I'm not kidding. If I wasn't in the house, I don't think she could turn the toaster on.
Now, Clint, come on.
Well, she's not on the air, so it's not like she can hear me. So I'm trusting everybody won't tell her. Eric Martin and John Maddox. Of course, we know both of their wives are the ones that figured it out for them.
Yeah,
it's kind of the reverse in those households.
Reverse role.
Both of those, neither one of those guys mow their lawns. I'll put it that way. So Dawson back to pass, rolls to his left. Boy, and he's showing some big time poise, considering his situation.
No time to do anything.
No.
And he's maneuvering around in the pocket and buying himself plenty of time. And
I know.
But the coverage down the field, I mean, there's just nobody to throw it to, Clint.
Well, I'm impressed with that kid, and he laid that one pass, that was bracketed high-low, and kind of laid it in a spot where I thought the kid might have had a chance to get it, and he's consistently, moved in the pocket with his eyes downfield. 4th and 10. We'll see if they can keep from throwing it on the ground.
I'm going to say they're going to end up punting right here. You got 55 seconds to go here in this first quarter, Clint. And
boy,
golly. With a couple of the penalties here, it's a first show of life on the offensive side that Dover's had.
And I was going to say, it seems like this is going to take forever, but we're only 36 minutes into it. It just seems like it.
Right.
Yep. Let's take this time to thank one of our sponsors, Mena Insurance. Located right there on Highway 71 North. Everybody knows where Mena Insurance is, across from Union Bank. Like to thank the PT Plunkett for helping bring you this broadcast.
PT make it up for the drive tonight, or is he sitting at home and listening to us?
I haven't heard him complain to me yet, so I'm gonna.
Usually we get some score updates and stuff from him, so we're gonna have to get him on that for if nothing else.
Or he might still be going to the other channel. Would like to thank State Representative John Maddox. John Maddox serving Polk, Scott, and Montgomery County.
And doing a mighty fine job.
Doing a great job.
They're on 43, 44-yard line.
Snaps back to Dawson. Dawson rolling to his right, avoids pressure, but can't, only for a little while. Then Gavin Hooper brings him down, and again, I think Gavin's going to get a flag here for playing football.
I don't think it's on Gavin. I think it's going to be on the quarterback.
Okay.
He kind of spiked the ball in Gavin's face for tackling him.
golly, I guess I'm just missing it. I don't see the problems.
We're going to have to get you some
know.
glasses.
It just looks like they're
You
want to
borrow mine?
Football. I'm looking right at it, but maybe.
Yeah, it's a little ticky-tack.
Exactly.
You know, even if I was in the black and whites, I wouldn't have called that.
Gracious. This guy needs to be refereeing one of my daughter's dance recitals or something. I mean, if that's what offends him. Jeez. Bearcats will take over 1st and 10 at the Pirate 35-yard line. 52 seconds left here in the first quarter.
So you got trips to the wide side of the field right here.
It's been a consistent run formation, been handed off. Of course, this time going to throw it out there. Going to be a quick screen out to that's Sam Eford. And Sam dropped the dang ball. Come on, Sam. We want to see him get on track.
Hit him in a bad spot right
there.
At the numbers.
Right. Got to keep his head up, though. 47 seconds left there in the first quarter.
And usually that little bubble out pass is going to be thrown a little quicker than that. And he was looking downfield and then came back, and you got to catch that ball.
I bet Dad's going to tell him about it.
Quick
snap back to Zane Stevens. Zane Stevens pulls it down. Looks like he wants to run with it, and he does. He gets loose around the right side of the field. Going to be a big gain on the play.
Block in the back by
and going to have a big block in the back. He sent him 5 yards.
He's saying he caught him on the shoulder pad, but he was behind him.
Especially with the dance recital referees, that's not going to go over well.
No, you better be in front of them.
They're going to walk that one back. I believe that could be 15 yards, couldn't it? No, they're just going to call that a hold, so it's going to be 10 yards. See, if that was a block in the back, it's weird. He gave the signal for a hold.
Yeah, he didn't throw the flag for a hold because he didn't hold him.
But a block in the back is a 15-yarder, I think. 2nd and 5. Zane Stevens back to pass, finding a man in the middle of the field. It's Mark Wilson. Big second effort.
Mark is still running on his knees.
Yes, he did.
Did you see that?
Yep. And they're going to spot him back. I wondered if they're going to give him the second effort, and they don't. But he is absolutely just unstoppable.
He ran 4 yards on his knees.
He did. He just becomes a different person out there on the football field. 17 seconds left here in the first quarter. Bearcats leading 29-0. Score is Pottsville 21, Waldron 14 in the first quarter, and tied up 6-6 between Ozark and Dardanelle. Thank another one of our sponsors, Nidec Motors.
They still using All for Dreams?
All for Dreams, that's right.
Very important contributor to the Bearcat Foundation and
all of
Mena
Polk
Athletics
County, absolutely. Besides
Mena Public Schools, I mean, it doesn't matter.
On and on and on. They're a big part of the skill set overall there in Polk County that we all enjoy. Huge supporters of us right here from the very beginning here in the Bearcat Foundation broadcast. Also, like to thank the University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. Go Bucks. And a lot of big things happening up there. And great thing for Polk County. And I think there's locations in Scott County as well. So,
now with the introduction to the sports over the last 2 years or year and a half, and what they're bringing as of next year, it's the growth of UA Rich Mountain has been awesome to see and watch and be a part of.
The affiliation with the University of Arkansas system in general. It's a certain contrast in size on the right side of our formation between Jacob Flemons and Brotherton.
1st and 10 for Mena from the Pirate 17-yard line.
That's what it would look like if I went out and played with the fourth graders tomorrow, Anthony.
Yeah.
First snap of the second quarter, quick pass out to Mason Brotherton. Mason Brotherton still on his feet, carrying about 7 tacklers.
Boy, if there for a second, I thought he dropped the football, Clint.
It was just a Dover player
Yep.
going across the ground. That wasn't the football. It's kind of a things look smaller up next to large objects. Trips to the left. The single back is Evan Graves. I think they give it to Evan right here. Evan with the ball down near the goal line and in, untouched.
You know, as a ninth grader last year, I saw Evan score a couple touchdowns on this field as I was watching the junior high play here. So he's had some success on this Dover Pirate field.
Seems like as well as the rest of the Bearcats here, but wow. Mason Brotherton went with an interesting block. He threw his left hand out, and the Dover Pirate just stopped as if to say, I don't want any of that. Kick is up and good. Extra point, and that brings the score to 36-0 here with 11:34 left to go in the first half. You got that right, folks. We are on a 70-point pace.
Just starting the second quarter here.
Beginning of the second quarter, and I have to give the referee some credit here. We've only lots of action, lots of change of possession and interceptions and fumbles and penalties, and we're still getting all this action in 45 minutes. So I'm impressed. Because I know Anthony wants to get home to watch his Walker, Texas Ranger reruns.
Yeah.
That kick for your Pirates once again is number 3, Justice McKeon, number 6.
Little Hawaii 5-0 and Blue Bloods. And
And the Dover kickoff return team is on the field for the.
He should have just a little bit of wind to his back here. Let's see where he lands this one.
See if he can't get this one a little bit farther. He's going to get a little tired. Boy, that thing lands at the 6-yard line and almost
went out
gets
about
in
the half-yard line.
Goes
right
out
in front
about
of
the half-yard line. That was a near-perfect kickoff right there. But
that one was just a
know,
little
wasn't-
bit more. He kind of caught that a little high on the ball and a little more knuckle to it, and
hooked it to the left, didn't he?
he just didn't catch that pure like he has the first 5.
Looks like Jake Brotherton is going to take over for Yang at that nose guard position.
Get some snaps in there, get some growth. I mean, that's a kid that
Took
had
over.
to set out most of the summer and first 2 games of the year, didn't he?
He was just becoming eligible. Not eligible. That's not the right word. But getting off of his injured status. Had to have a surgery on his ankle. Had a lot of trouble with it and getting healthy and won that starting spot here last week. Mark Wilson with the tackle. Dover tries the jet sweep.
And that was a textbook tackle by Mark.
Absolutely drives him out of bounds. And
I thought he may have tried to stay connected a little too long out of bounds, but
it's hard, yeah. With that, got a flags on the field. What happened? That's what it was. A flag on the play.
chop blocking.
Chop block, yep. Had two penalties against Dover. One was a hold. It was declined. Then went a chop block call. Going to be, I think that's a 15-yarder. Saw Jake Brotherton come off the field after that play. Is he
Substituted for Jet Baber.
Jet Baber? Okay.
61. Baber's getting his first action for he may have found a little time at some point, but hadn't seen him in there too often.
Jet's a kid that's kind of grown a little bit, maybe getting a little bit of size on him. Back to pass, got a different quarterback, I think. Swarmed under after he throws it. No, it's the same. That's still Dawson. Pass is thrown and complete.
And that's going to be what?
Gain of about 7. No.
Not even
Not
that.
anywhere close, yeah. Yeah. It was a spectacular 3-yard gain, though. 10:51 left here in the first half. Bearcats are leading 36-0. Any comments? My grandfather got on to me about the call.
Oh, JC right there. He was coming in to blow up the screen, but if he gets his head up just a little bit quicker, he may have had that and intercepted.
Senior J.C. Castillo in there at the middle linebacker.
Bring up a 3rd and 19 for the Pirates.
Going to be 3rd and 19.
3rd and 19 from their own 20.
3rd and a mile. Eric said ouch on that comment. I can't believe you said that, Anthony. Handoff on the play. Boy, nothing there.
On which comment?
You said Eric doesn't mow his own grass. 10:20 left here in the first half.
Well, that was you.
I don't think it was. I think that was Anthony, wasn't it, Mary? Yeah. That's how Anthony. Mary said it was Anthony.
Now,
Did you hear that, Eric?
I'm not going to argue that
10
he's
minutes.
not just a little bit crazy.
But you think 10 minutes left here in the first half. Bearcats leading 36-0. So we have a 4th and a mile here from Dover. Dover with the punt. Kick is up. Bounds at the 45-yard line. Devin Adams picks it up and runs backwards, trying to look for room on the outside. Cuts to the inside. Now bounces back out. Going to get close to where the punt landed.
Got a little laundry sitting here on the sidelines here, so
looks like it's going to be against Dover. It's going to be blocking the back. Looked like Coach Mendoza was not happy with one of his own players. Perhaps it's against Dover. $9:39 left here in the first half. I don't know, Eric or John, is the broadcast still look about the same? Is it? Did somebody say that it went blurry? Okay.
Hey, you got the first action for Travis Threlkill getting in a little QB action here, Clint.
Here in the second quarter, here in a 4A game, good to see Travis getting in there. Split out here wide to the right. Is that Zane? Yes, it is. Zane Stevens is back in his wideout spot. You've got
you got Gavin and Sam up on the top side, Mason and Zane down here, and Travis.
So what on earth? So I guess they marked off 15 yards. That's what happened. So I wondered why they were moving the sticks right there. They just hadn't moved it from whatever.
And they got the sticks going the wrong direction too.
Yeah.
Oh no, they moved the. No, they didn't.
No, they still did. They got them going the wrong way.
They got them going the wrong way. Well, tonight's broadcast being brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agency in Mena, Arkansas. Go see Talissa and the gang and get your car, truck, SUV insured.
Somebody told on me. I think I'm in trouble. She found the broadcast.
And with all this, we'll also bring tonight's game by Baywash Car Wash. They take pride in your ride. Maybe a little of both.
Who was saying that? Just Sandra Klein. Yeah, if it says that it freezes here, so we're not sure, Sandra, if you're cold or if the broadcast is frozen on you. So that's what the discussion here. We're trying to make some adjustments. We get new home here at the YouTube live stream channel.
Now they're going to get the chains put in place.
Travis Throkill with his debut in action here, isn't it?
It is.
No, I think he got in the D-Queen game.
Mena from the Pirates 44-yard line.
No, you're right. He did.
Travis hands off to Evan Graves. Evan with a very nice move, cuts up field, across the 20-yard line down to the 15.
You know, Evan's a kid that's going to be very tough as he keeps getting stronger and more physical. Another one in a long line of Graves running backs.
It's not fair how many muscles those kids come out with. Same spread formation. Got Gavin Hooper and Sam Eford at the top of the screen. Quick throw out to Zane Stevens. Zane with a nice gain. Good block by Mason out there.
They give Travis a choice. He can go to whichever side he wants to.
Boy, and that is a loaded set of skill position players at the top of the field. You got a 6'2", 185-pound kid in Sam Eford, and then we know Gavin Hooper's athleticism. And then at the bottom of the field is Zane Stevens with the ball right now on the toss sweep. He cuts to the outside, looking at the corner of the end zone.
And going to be some laundry on the field again. It's probably going to be a block in the back or a face mask.
Face mask against
But
Dover.
it is against Dover.
Yeah. Huh.
I'm going to rest my knees, too.
I didn't see that. Is it? Maybe it wasn't the ball carrier.
It came from the sidelines.
Huh.
From the side judge.
Side judge. It might have been a fighting off a blocker or something. So 8:47 left here in the first half. Boy, that's balls on the ground there.
Just a little rough snap, or did he fumble the snap? I couldn't tell. Just dropped it.
Second goal from the 5 or 7.
Backs it up about 4 yards. Going to be second goal from the 7. 8:20 left here in the first half.
Just threw a flag on somebody right there. So apparently it was against us.
the undersized centers coming off the field. I wonder if that might be the source for the personal foul. Mena with a kind of a no-huddle look this whole game, Anthony. 8:15 and counting. Mena second goal from the 21. Travis Thurkill back to pass. Got pressure coming from both sides. Wrapped up and down back at the 30-yard line. The Bearcats going backwards here.
And he's got to see that pressure coming and know that you got to catch it, get rid of it at that point in time.
Yep.
And you don't forget that this is his first time ever playing quarterback this year.
Absolutely, but sometimes you got to speed up the clock at first and then start trying to back it up later. Trips to the top side of the field is going to be third and goal from way back. Handoff to Evan Graves. Evan Graves looking for some space there on the outside.
Turf Monster got him on that.
Got him on that one, absolutely.
Looked like he was taking a little slip and slide action.
Going to be fourth and goal now.
We're going to go for a field goal, and we know Louise can make this ball.
Fourth and goal from the Pirates 21-yard line. They're going to tip the field goal.
Going to be a 37-yard attempt.
And he
no,
yanked
40-yard attempt. Pulled to the left. And that's definitely within Pessoa's range.
Oh,
but,
yeah. He just kind of got that one yanked over, and he's definitely got the leg to make it from there easily.
JC Castillo still finds something to celebrate. Always looking on the bright side is JC. 7:08 left to go here in the first half. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mena Walmart. Save money, live better. Thanks Scott Brown and his associates here at store number 67. I think that's right.
You keep saying it.
Tell me,
It's
Scott,
bound to be right.
That's right. Roberts here playing this right end spot. He's a good-looking sophomore athlete.
Who is 67?
67 for Mena. I got to pull up the roster here. Put me on the spot.
Well, I knew you had it there in front of you.
No, it's Dover's. Quick pass out to the left. Complete.
And that was a good play by Beaumont right there, Clint. You know, he comes off the initial coverage he had to make the play. It still gives up, 5 yards on that, 4 yards?
Try to play a little high-low game and force him back, and he just reacted so quickly. Only gives up about 3 yards. Yeah.
They're on the 23-yard line.
So you can have trip to the wide side.
Tried this formation a few times. Snaps back to Dawson. Weird-looking backfield action. They're going to hand the ball to the defense, and it's Chris Bollmeyer with the ball. Gets it down to the 10-yard line.
And that is going to be a turnover and a return right there, Clint.
Bearcats with a shot again here, first and goal, down to about the 9-yard line. Am I right? Yep. Almost looked like the ball carrier just sort of handed it off out there.
What happened is you had I think it was the defensive tackle had the running back by the arm, and then somebody else came in and cleared it out and almost punched the ball right out right there. So you got 6:54 to go, and the score of this game, guys, is 0 Dover, 36 us, and it has been all Bearcats to this point in the game.
To say the least. I don't know. Dover's had a first down that hasn't come from a penalty. Zane Stevens back at the quarterback spot.
You got Mason in that fullback spot again.
Do you? Yeah, that's right. That's Sam at the slot. Got a timeout. Mena takes a timeout right here. Take this opportunity to thank another one of our sponsors. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mena Ford. For a look at the complete Ford lineup, see Mena Ford on Highway 71 North in Mena.
Come on out.
Lots of good things happening in the Ford lineup. Anthony, you know anything about that?
Well, got a little bit. You know, you got some 0% going on 72 months on certain F-Series trucks, and
practically free.
It's giving you money. Just come on out and buy some of them $70,000 and $80,000 trucks.
Can't afford to not buy one. I know that's the logic that is used on me when it comes to buying toasters.
Is that all?
And stuff.
Is that all I need to? Is that all I need to tell you?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. As long as there's no buttons.
Let me call Talissa.
As long as there's no buttons or anything for it.
I can work on Talissa.
You're probably right. Unfortunately, I exposed my weakness. 6:54 left here in the first half.
So is that Damon Clark, 15, that's out there right now in the wide spot?
That's right. Okay. Yeah, I was thinking that was Peters. Peters is 14. Handoff to Graves. Evan Graves, a sophomore, spins out of the tackle, still on his feet, down at the 2-yard line. Evan looking for his second touchdown of the night.
You know, running hard right there, and that's what he can bring to the table. I mean, he was stalemated and almost tackled, and he just was able to keep his feet moving and keep churning for the goal line. Didn't quite make it, but worked hard at it.
Good-looking vision there by Evan Graves. It's tough we don't have the older brother, Andrew Graves, in the game. Unfortunately, he's out with a hamstring pull. Zane Stevens pulls the ball down, works his way to the outside, and is going to walk into the end zone.
Making it look a little bit easy right there.
It's his sixth Bearcat touchdown on the night.
You know, I'd almost, this is just me selfishly looking at it, is I wish we know we can run.
Mm-hmm.
Let's work on the things right now that we know we need to work on. And that's sitting back there, ciphering out some pass plays and connecting on them.
Snaps back. Kick is up and good.
Now, if he kicks that same kick right there on that field goal a while ago, he got that one clean. It was a good snap. Hold was good. And
he's going to dent my truck over there if I don't kicks it any harder. I'll have to go buy one of those $12,000 Fords you're selling over there. Tonight's game is also brought to you by the Union Bank of Mena, Mena's only locally owned bank, hometown banking at its best. Can't thank the Union Bank enough for all that they do for Bearcat Foundation.
Very supportive of the Bearcat Foundation and all things Mena sports, from high school down to the Pee-wee. It doesn't matter, does it?
Absolutely. Also like to thank, speaking of lots of support for all levels, I'd like to thank Alshire Electric and Greg Alshire. Alshire Electric says, "Go Bearcats." So at the kickoff, we're still 6:09 left here in the first half. Bearcats are leading Kick is up, down at the 10-yard line. Got lots of feedback from folks that you guys are liking the new home of the Bearcat Foundation live stream. Should see some better resolution, and don't know, maybe the sound's even better, and we're liking that. We're not being paid by YouTube, but we do need to advertise where we're located now.
We got to get some kids out there on the field here.
25-yard line.
Find some defenders here. Bearcats wholesale substitutions now here in the second quarter, leading 43-0 with 6 minutes left to go here in the first half. We're only an hour into this game, though, Anthony, so Bearcats still getting through wholesale here, not even bringing I don't believe we even sent any linebackers.
That was Jet Baber that just whipped his man up front and got a paw on him, and Bobby Wallace just comes and cleans him out.
Bobby Wallace, he sounds like he should be a NASCAR driver. 2nd and 17.
Bring up a 2nd down and 16 for the Pirates.
I think he could get a ride just with his name, don't you?
Yeah, well, how many Wallaces they got out there?
Star in a Will Ferrell movie. Clock still running, 2nd and 17.
Timeout, Dover.
Yeah, timeout, Dover.
And there is still 5 minutes and 12 seconds to go in this second quarter.
Yeah, they're trying to mount the comeback. 5:12 left to go here in the first half. Let's take, speaking of Dover, let's talk about health. Wow. Thank Mena Regional. Mena Regional, proud to have them on board as a sponsor, Bearcat Foundation.
Can't say enough about all what they bring to the table for the schools, for the community.
They touch all of our lives, don't they, Anthony? It's super important. We can't take that for granted.
Had to have a nephew go get some stitches done the other night. I mean, there's a lot of small towns in rural America that don't have that opportunity to have a good hospital.
I've tried to stitch my own kids up, and it doesn't turn out real well.
2nd and 16 for the Pirates from their own 19-yard line.
Dawson hands off. I bet he's happy.
Found a little bit of space there. Going to pick up about 5-6 yards.
I don't know why I feel for Dawson. Been a part of a tough season for the Bearcats before. And he's hanging in there. I tell you, he's quarterback for Dover. He is trying on every play. He's shuffling his feet in the pocket, and a lesser man to be just trying to get it out of there, wouldn't he?
Absolutely.
Trying to move in there and buy some time and deliver a pass, and like he is right here, and looking for a man. Nice pass.
On time right there.
On time and on target, and same result. Great job by Dawson on that play. 4:28 left here in the first half. Going to bring up 4th and 12.
4th down and 11. Their own 29-yard line.
Dawson back to punt.
They got this bunch formation.
He hopes, yep. Short punt formation and going to bound there at the 50-yard line. Going to take a Bearcat bounce. Could have hit number 85 there. Lucky it didn't.
Come real close, though, Clint.
Yeah, it did, yes.
We saw one of those turn around and bite us.
A very interesting solo to our left here, Anthony.
Just a trombone solo.
Okay.
After the punt, Mena take over 1st and 10 from the Pirates.
Thought somebody might be stepping on a cat. Bearcats will take over in Pottsville territory. 4:18 left to go. I got to be careful in the other team stands, aren't I?
You are.
I can't believe you said that about the trombone solo. Travis Throokhill back at quarterback.
That's Devin
Hand off
Adams.
to Devin Adams. Devin Adams still on his feet. We got a flag. Going to be a gain of about 2. Going to be come back here with a hold call.
Illegal shift on the play.
I didn't see the other shift, but if they say it, it must be true. So that's just going to be a 5-yard.
Yeah. Still be first down, no loss of down on the play. 1st and 15.
That'll be 1st and 15.
Lots of substitutions here on the front.
From their own 48-yard line.
Travis Thurkill at the quarterback spot. In motion is Devin Adams again with a handoff to Devin. Devin kind of outpaces his blockers there. Going to be gain of about 5 on the play. 3:40 and counting here in the first half. Bearcats are leading 43-0.
Going to pick up about 6 yards on that play, Clint.
Looks like Bearcats are going to be undefeated on the new YouTube broadcast.
Maybe that's what it took.
They're not one of our sponsors, and we keep on mentioning them. I switched to YouTube TV for my television service.
Did you?
That's right. Handoff to Evan Gray is going to be a loss this time. It's been a rare lost yardage play for the Bearcats. Bearcats have had their way on the ground here tonight.
Just a missed block there on that left side of the line, and they just brought one more person than what we could block.
3rd and 13 for Mena.
Just had a substitution. We had junior Sam Eford come off right there, but mostly sophomores on the field. I believe we also have Jacob Flemons here at the wideout spot. Handoff to Evan Graves. Evan Graves got the edge. He's going to scoot up field. Looked like he might have a chance for the first down.
He's going to be about 7 yards, 6 yards short.
If he could have made that one guy miss there, he'd have been clear. Going to bring up 4th and 6. looks like
They're milking the clock as much as they can here.
probably going to let it run down and then punt it. Be 12 seconds on the play clock. They're getting to the point where it's going to be too late for them to get a play off. We'll see if they're going to call timeout. Yeah, going to call timeout with 1 second left, a minute 38. And punt team will be coming on.
Minute and 38 seconds left in the first half.
Take this time to thank the mothership, the Bearcat Foundation.
None of this is possible without it.
Yes, the Bearcat Foundation has brought many leaps forward as far as funding and support for all Bearcat athletics, and as well as being the spark for this broadcast and many others. We've seen some live broadcasts of volleyball and softball games and men's basketball as well, and thousands of people have watched these live broadcasts brought to you by the Bearcat Foundation, as well as many thousands of dollars. And I know there was a over $70,000 of contribution going to the Bearcat football stadium, the improvements happening there, as well as to go along with the Bob Carver Foundation. Snaps back, and I believe it's Kirkendall punting. Get some more laundry right there.
And not a bad punt. They're
Great
going to mark
punt
it down
at the
there.
1 yard line.
Depending on what happens, false start.
We'll see if he can do it again. So it does a punt down to the 1 yard line, and my cohort Anthony Eford refers to that as not bad. So got to get it down in within 4 inches before Anthony calls that good, huh?
Great bounce, great roll.
That's right. We'll see.
But the end result is we got to do it again.
Let's see if he meant to do that. See if he can pull that off again. Minute 28 left to go here in the first half. Bearcats leading 43-0.
Where are they backing up to here, guys? Okay, now I was like, the ball's not there.
4th down and 11 for Mena.
Try this one more time.
This is sophomore Austin Kirkendall with the punt.
And they blocked
this
it that
one's
time.
Not going to turn out as well. And boy,
By number 55,
I wonder if they're trying to tell number 55 when you're behind 43-0, go ahead and try to scoop and score.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wow. So minute 21 left to go here in the first half. Got really one of the few flashes of good news here for the Dover Pirates. They'll take over Mena territory for the first time. See if I can't make something happen. Got to change at quarterback. No, we don't. Got a different running back. Sophomore Brandon Housley at that running back spot, and it's going about like it has for everybody else. Going to lose about 2 or 3 yards on the play. Minute left to go here in the first half, and Dover just cannot do anything with the front of the Bearcats, no matter who we put in there.
Brings up a 2nd down and 14 for the Pirates.
I'm not sure who that is. We jumped off sides.
Flag on the field.
They got some of that 5 yards back right there, Clint. Bearcats, these young Bearcats that are out there right now are just unable, undisciplined to be able to withstand jumping off sides.
He must be a
2nd down and 9 for the Pirates after the penalty.
Late season player picked up on waivers, number 42, because he's not on the roster. Quick pitch out to number 3. Number 3 is loose in the backfield, across the 30, the 15, the 10. Not quite. Yes, he does. He gets into the end zone. Boy, listen to this Dover Pirate crowd here. They begin their comeback march here with 15 seconds left to go here in the first half. Score is now Dover 6, Mena 43.
They're going to go for 2, or are they going to go for? No, they're going to kick the extra point right
Going to
here.
go ahead and kick the extra point. The interesting thing is,
I was just
if
thinking
they hit this, no, it still leaves it out.
They had
Okay.
to go for 2
They
to
have
be
to
able
go
to
for 2. That's
not
right,
invoke the mercy rule in the start of the second half.
Yes.
And it's good.
It is good. Wow.
Extra point is good. Number 16 on.
Had to go check the scoreboard again. It sounded like they took the lead. The way this crowd is, they definitely got into that. They are fired up about the Dover Pirates getting on the board.
For the first time in this game, it was really some of the first positives they had on the offensive side right there.
15 seconds left to go here in the first half. Bearcat kickoff return team taking the field for the second time. First time it was an onside kick. Number 66. Number 66, he's teaching him how to block. That's great. 15 seconds left to go here in the first half. Take this, we're going to look at tonight's game is being brought to you in part by Mena Insurance Agency for all of your insurance needs. Coverage first for 104 years right here in downtown Mena. Gavin Hooper with the kickoff return across the 20, the 25, still on his feet down at the 39-yard line. The Bearcats.
Good tough run right there.
Stopped by a whole host of Pirates.
Bearcats will take over. Going to have to run a play. Doesn't look like. Does not look like we're. Yes, we are. They're finally gathering up right there. It looked like they were about to head out, didn't it?
It did.
Still got to run a play here in the first half. Bearcats are leading 43-7. 7 seconds left here in the first half. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here on YouTube live stream. Pass it along. Bearcat Foundation has moved.
And that was just get these 7 seconds off the clock here.
Let's get out of here and get in there at halftime. Bearcats are going to go warm up here. It's a chilly Friday evening here as we totally missed fall. We went straight from summer to, as our trusty cameraman and technical difficulty coordinator, Aaron Cox, astutely pointed out here.
I think I may have to go get me a little cup of coffee for the second half.
That'd be good. I know. Yeah, stay awake. So, and as we come back to action here in the second half, it will be mercy rule will be into effect, which means it's going to be a running clock. So the action will be fast and furious, or at least the clock will be moving fast and furious, whether or not the action is. But and with that, I'm going to go ahead and do we have the? I don't believe the Bearcat band obviously hasn't traveled here.
They were all prepping for tomorrow's big band contest in Little
Talk
Rock.
about that. That's right. That is that's the big enchilada for the Bearcat band.
I believe that if I remember right, it's at War Memorial.
Wow.
And I don't know how many schools.
That's the big marching competition.
But it's a huge marching competition, and we usually have great remarks, great marks when we go,
and remarks.
And remarks.
And Bearcats with a wonderful.
Got to throw a plug
band.
In there for my oldest son that's going to be there tomorrow.
That's right. He who has not dropped a pass tonight.
No, he has not.
We super proud of the Bearcat marching band. Wish them luck and in what they do. We will resume action here in about 18 minutes here. And the Bearcats move forward assuming that we can continue the wind and hold on to this margin, we Bearcats will go to 4-2 on the year. Going to snap this 2-game losing skid. Looking at next week, it'll be Elkins, I believe, and
you've got to go to Elkins next week.
Two Elkins, big trip. It's a long trip up in northwest Arkansas area, and Elkins has looked pretty strong this year. And
I think they're 4-1 on the year. I was looking, Clint, and
kind of
the same situation.
Yeah.
Actually, this same point last year, they were 4-0 or 5-0 coming into Mena, and then started our win streak.
Elkins, you said they're 4-1 on the year, and really they had a wholesale change. They had a loss at their quarterback spot, and who transferred. Quinn McLean, the all-everything quarterback for them, was transferred to Fayetteville, I believe, to take over the starting position. A big win over Waldron and Huntsville. Their only loss coming to Greenland. Greenland's a strong program there in northwest Arkansas as well. So Elkins is not going to be a cakewalk, to say the least. So it's going to be huge game as far as playoff implications. Bearcats with high expectations coming on the year, and really nice to see them getting back on track here tonight. With that, we're going to put the headsets down, let you listen. Yeah, we could put Skylar Montgomery on the headset. I believe she would enjoy that while she is taking notes. But 16:48 till action resumes, and we'll let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the Elkins band, Dover band here.
Yeah. You've been slacking.
Got a cup, I'll give you some.
Please welcome to the field the Dover Midnight Brigade. Our show is entitled Paradise Walk and includes music from Eric Whitaker, Beethoven, and Darius. The band is led on the field by drum major Madeline Brown.
Do what?
I made this today.
Go back, did it?
Chapter 1. Genesis. Chapter 2, Bearcat.
Up there and they're like, oh, we're out. You're gonna have to come back. All right, so I come back and she says, we're out
The
again.
Dover Midnight Brigade. The band will be performing at the Region Marching Assessment in Russellville this Tuesday at 6:30. The event is open to the public. Come out and show your pirate pride.
Yeah. Every month. No, black. Just black. Just whatever. The original. That's classic. That's what I buy. Only difference is when I buy it, it's called premium. Because Black Rifle is owned by Sun 686 from the military, so it's all like the Hero stuff. They don't call them cups, they call them rounds. And when you look at them, they look like the same top the backside of the Oh, really? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Did you approve of?
my parents back over there. There's some people over there. They try to.
You're welcome.
All right, let me squeeze by you. And they're still well, even Raleigh Farm, that's still you want? You sure you don't?
And then also my sister has my favorite.
Don't want to mess up his hair, Daddy. Yeah, you just think
Hey, do you need some more of them blue ones?
Let's get back on the air.
Back deep to start the second half for your Dover Pirates will be number 3, Justice McMahon, and number 6, Isaac Story.
And we're back here for action here in the second half, folks, with the Bearcat Foundation live broadcast.
Kicking off will be number 5.
Bearcats taking on Dover here in the second half, leading 43-7.
He's taken by number 6, Isaac Story.
Down at the 10-yard line. Going to be returned out to about the 20. Mercy rule is in effect.
Clock will roll.
Yes.
Except for own change of position, I think, right?
It's going to be first and 10 Pirates from their own 20-yard line.
Pirates will take over here on the 20-yard line. Looks like got a change at quarterback for Dover. Said that before and I was wrong. You like that, don't you? You guys hear that evil chuckle coming out of Anthony over there? And I was wrong again. And in motion, the wide out comes across in motion. Quarterback pulls it out.
Quarterback keeper.
And Dawson with a nice gain right there. Rudely dropped down after the first down.
You know, that's kind of the same play they scored on.
Stop made by number 14.
Touchdown drive there.
Caleb Peters.
With these backups in there, they exploiting a little bit of weakness. But these young boys don't get any better without out there playing. So.
Absolutely. I want to welcome the folks to the new home of the Bearcat broadcast right here at YouTube Live. Dover back to pass, got pressure. It's flushed out of the pocket. Going to have a face mask call. Surely there's a flag. Yeah, I gave you the announcement. I don't see it, but I can't imagine them not calling it.
Oh, I do see it now.
Face mask on Mena. Five-yard penalty. It's going to bring up a first down.
I guess that's Jared Berger, 26, playing this right side linebacker, and
Got it a little bit. They gave him the 5-yard version, so
Yeah.
going to be 1st and 5.
Wasn't a full-fledged.
It's one of those oops, I didn't mean to versions, but this time the Bearcat defense stands up strong. Going to be a lost yardage play. Going to get about 3 of those yards back. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Got great pressure by our down 3 right there, Clinton. Basically met him in the backfield as he was handing the ball off.
Great job by the Bearcat defense. Going to bring up 2nd and 8 now.
Trying to draw us off sides right here with a hard count and didn't do it. And going to toss pitch that. And the defense is there again.
Circle him up there. No way.
And that was big Bobby Wallace coming from this right side defensive tackle spot. And he just tossed I thought he tossed a flag in there, but it was just the ball.
Anthony, I think our fan base has expanded tremendously, about 100%. We've gone from just Ken Marshall that said he likes to watch us. Everybody else basically doesn't like us.
Oh.
But anyway, but luckily they can't afford to replace us yet. 3rd and 9. Pass is high, incomplete, going to bring up 4th down.
And he had an open receiver there, Clint. I mean, he just kind of sat down in the zone and come across there and
threw that one a little bit high.
Just a little high, but through his hands. Still hit him in the hands.
It was nice that the receiver took time out of his day to actually try to catch it that time. It's been a slight change from the strategy there in the first half. And but like I was saying, our fan base has expanded 100%. Keith Stevens consistently tells us from Missouri, Zane Stevens, I believe it's Zane's grandpa, loves watching us. I believe it's only because he lives a long ways away and he can't come to the game. So.
Can't make it to all the games, so he has no other choice.
When there's no option, we look pretty good.
Oh, Lordy.
Bearcats will take over after the punt on their own 44.
From their own 44-yard line.
See if we stay with our young kids out there on the offense and get them some valuable reps in here in this game. And we're already
Better
down
hurry
to
up. I was gonna
6
say
minutes
after,
and 25 seconds to go in the third
quarter.
quarter here. So, it's going to end up being a short night for us on a long trip back to Mena.
You're going to get to catch almost all of those Walker Texas Ranger reruns tonight.
Absolutely.
Travis Throkill with a handoff to Evan Graves. Evan plows forward, still on his feet. Going to be enough for a 1st down yardage. Going to be out of bounds, but the clock will still run.
And that's what you call yak yards right there. Yards after contact. And because he was contacted at about a 1 or 2 yard gain, and he picks up a full 12 yards right there.
That's a 15-year-old kid right there, folks, and he has got a bright future. Great looking.
As long as we can keep him playing football and not just wanting to go fishing all the time.
That's right. That's fishing is a passive sport. 5:28 left here in the 3rd quarter.
So now you got Caleb Peters out here in the twin spot, and I believe that's Blake Brown, 22, in the wideout. Travis going to call his own number.
Scooting on down the field.
Travis and you can see the Bearcat seniors and juniors are over hooping and hollering for Travis to pick up that big pickup right there.
I believe by next Friday that's going to be a 42-yard gain. What do you want to bet?
Yes. It may be on the ride home.
He's not even going to wait. Don't you want to slowly let the fish grow? I think that's the key to those stories, isn't it? You don't want to do it all at once.
It is, but I can see Travis saying that was a 42-yard gain.
Quick pass. No, Travis pulls it down. Throws across his body, but is on target.
It was still on the money, and it hit him in the hands. It's he was able to avoid the pressure right there and still keep his eyes downfield. I mean, it's what you want to see out of a young quarterback. You may not get every completion, but it's you are still looking
As
to get
you're
the ball.
shuffling, you got to keep your eyes upfield, look to trying to make a play. This is going to work out interesting, Don, because with the slight delay, apologize for number 30, Evan Graves, going to move up, but we've got about a 10-second delay, and we almost have a instant instant replay. That might work out great.
You know, and right there, Evan got hit for a 2-yard loss, and he still was able to pick up 1 yard.
Nice action right there. Cool.
We'll bring up a 3rd down and 9 for Mena. The Pirates 33-yard line.
Travis Throkill comes back to snap to pass before he gets the snap, picks it up and throws out to Kirkendall.
And
going to be incomplete.
Once he picked the ball up right there off the floor, off the ground, he kind of rushed it just a little bit. He had time to go ahead and
set his
feet and get his shoulders turned in the right direction. And, you know, just young quarterback mistakes right there, and tried to get it out of his hands too quickly.
Got to get better at that. 4th and 9 now, 2:48 left here in the 3rd quarter. Bearcats leading 43-7. Bearcats with their first look here in the second half. Really exclusively sophomores out here. Going to be a handoff to number 40, Evan Graves. Evan Graves. Going to be a turnover on downs.
Number 60, Caleb Williams.
I believe that is Blake Brown, isn't it? Yeah,
22 is Blake Brown.
First and 10, Pirates. They're on the 29-yard line.
Pirates taking over here at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Milking the play clock here.
Yeah, they are. I think they ran out of milk. It'll be a 5-yard delay game. Minute 26 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Delay a game for the Pirates.
And they were late getting the kid on the field.
Okay, that's what it was.
And he got there, but the quarterback was still going through his normal progressions once he got set. So that's where the delay of game came in.
Running out of time right there.
15 for the Pirates.
Coach
24-yard line.
Reed Mendoza, graduate of Mena. They're going through, needless to say, the very least, some teething problems here at the Dover program. And but we've heard lots of exciting things from the Dover faithful as far as their excitement for the new coaching staff. They see good things, and we saw good things coming from the lower grades, didn't we?
Absolutely.
So there are better times.
You got a little buy-in from the younger grades right now, and a lot of times with the new coaching staff that you're not aware of, you do have a little attrition and have to weed out a little bit, and that's what Dover's had to do here with their juniors or their senior class, I think, mainly, and so they're kind of slim on numbers in this sophomore
33 out there. Well, we hear they had to fight to get those. Dropping back for a screen and don't even have time to get a screen off. Quick whistle. Mercifully gonna.
I'm gonna have to figure out who number 42 is because I don't recognize that kid at all.
Don't either.
And that's gonna bring the end of the 3rd quarter.
Wow, that was quick. Felt like a that felt like one NFL commercial break. They last forever.
They last about 30 minutes.
Speaking of commercial breaks, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, John Maddox. State Representative John Maddox serving Polk, Scott, Montgomery County.
Saving the train.
Saving the train. That's exactly right.
It's claim to fame, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's. I think he wants his name on that. Of course, they typically do that after you pass, don't they? You put your name on something.
Yeah.
You don't get a highway or anything. But John Maddox doing a great job for his district. I know he would appreciate it if you'd show up at the polls on his behalf. We'd also like to thank our friends at NEDEC, NEDEC All for Dreams. NEDEC is a huge sponsor of the Bearcat Foundation, helping you bring this now almost HD broadcast, I think. Is that fair to say, 720?
4K.
Yeah. No, it's not 4K. Yeah, it's like 0.7K. So it's way better. Hopefully avoiding those drops. I think we've had a consistent stream here tonight. Got lots of comments about the sound quality, other than what Anthony Eford
Other
is
than
saying.
the boneheads that are actually giving the sound?
It's all about what Anthony Eford is saying. I think those are the only. Yeah, okay. Oh, it is? Okay.
And Caleb Peters going to come on a
Great
blitz
job
off the
coming on
edge.
blitz off the outside.
Just
yeah.
not to ever check up and make the sack.
Brought down for a loss.
Loss of 8 on the play. Going to be 4th and 18. 10:50 left to go in the ball game. You see Caleb coming from a linebacker spot there.
4th and 16 for the Pirates.
Nice to see. Man, that's awesome seeing Twigs out there. Cameron Twilliger, number 13. Love that kid. Snaps back. Different punter in the game, number 28.
It's the same one. He just put a different jersey on. He was 60 early in the game.
Well, you're on top of that, aren't you?
Hey, you got to have an eye for something.
What are you doing, like watching people change jerseys over here? Anthony.
He changed right in front of you. You got to pay attention.
Okay.
You got to quit looking at the iPad and the iBox over
is.
here and start paying attention to what's in front of you, Clint.
Tell you what, that's what it is. I can tell I'm going to be the first one fired. Bearcats taking over in Dover territory.
That's why you get paid the big dollars.
9:50 left to go in the ball game. Going to see Travis Throkill take the field here. Thank one of our sponsors, University of Arkansas at Rich Mountain. The folks at UA Rich Mountain would love to see you for your continuing educational opportunities. Philip Wilson and Company.
Dr. Philip Wilson.
All right.
I haven't seen the radio guys.
No.
They may have got the luxury of being in the
they're warm.
press box tonight.
That's right.
That's going to be a delay of game on us, isn't it?
Oh, wow.
Delay a game on Mena.
Going to give us give Dover a 5-yard head start here. Going to be 1st and 15 now. 9:08 left to go in the game.
First and 15 for Mena.
So tonight's game's being brought to you in part by Shelter Insurance Agency. Clint has been saying a lot of good things about his wife, Alyssa, all night long. So
Does a great job.
keeping him lined out.
Mm-hmm.
And
Josh Lee and number 78, Eric Walker.
while we're waiting on the play to get called in, we'll go ahead and bring out Baywash Car Wash. Clint will take pride in your ride.
Bring up a second down and 12.
Oh, geez. 8:20 left to go in the game. 2nd and 12. 3-yard gain by Brown on the play. Clark split out wide to your left. Passes out. It's intercepted. Pass is coming back. Nice tackle by Travis Throkill. I believe the ball is fumbled.
I believe that was Evan Graves.
Evan Graves, okay.
Yeah, Travis was getting back here to go make a play, but Evan's the one that.
Was there a fumble?
No fumble.
No fumble. Okay.
Just in that brain of yours, Clint.
Okay. In my mind. Dover going to take over the 26-yard line. 7:30 left to go in the game. Bearcats are leading 43-7.
Oh, got a fumble snap here, and
Fumble snap, yeah. Going to pick it up. Dover's going to retain possession.
yeah, the 60 that was the offensive right tackle
I personally think Anthony's just making all this up.
has put on 28, which came in to punt a while ago. And
What do you think, Aaron? Does that sound like fake news to you?
And now he is lined up at quarterback.
Okay.
I mean, the big eye in the sky don't lie here, Clint.
He's going to blame it on Russia. 6:40 left to go in the game.
You ever have a coach tell you that? The big eye in the sky don't lie?
Right. You're going to rewind it. Prove me wrong.
Yeah.
It won't be hard. Trips down at the bottom of the field. Great experience here for these young Bearcats, Anthony. Snaps down low.
Oh, and he's
Quarterback
going to
back to pass. He's
and
got
he caught
a
it.
man.
And that's a
Wow.
going to be first and goal from about the 2-yard line there.
2-yard line. Big pass play there by number 60/28.
That's good for a Dover Pirate.
I don't think they know how to say first down.
First one tonight, maybe.
One of the Dover fans threw up his hands and said, 3-pointer.
First and goal, Pirates from the 3-yard line.
Pirates going to take over here first and goal. 5:40 left to go in the game. Bearcat matchup next week with Elkins. Elkins really wholesale changes in the lineup. Going to get that ball in there for a touchdown here in the second half.
So now you got your offensive tackle in there calling plays to himself and going to knock it in for a touchdown.
Good job.
It's always nice when the big nasties get in there and get a touchdown, but I hate it goes against us.
Run into the Elkins folks, a lot of the quarterback camps over the summers, last 2 years, and those are just, they're great guys. Tell you what, you can't talk to them and not like them. And, well, they've done a great job. They've had this huge turnover, just senior-laden class that they've lost, and as well as a junior quarterback. Extra point is
no
wide
good.
left. And they've done a great job of replacing their losses there at Elkins with coming along there at 4-1. Going to be a big matchup in the 4-4A for playoff implications.
Well, with the time running out, tonight's game's being brought to you in part by Mena Walmart. Save money, live better. Oh, Scott Brown and the gang keep the store number 67 rolling like clockwork.
North Little Rock is beating Fort Smith Southside 28-14. Like to thank another one of our sponsors, Mena Ford, by Highway 71 North in Mena, for a look at the complete Ford lineup.
We'll definitely
See Anthony
come.
Eford.
I'll be there bright and early at 9 o'clock in the morning.
He's supposed to be there at 8, but Russellville trailing Lake Hamilton 21-7.
They're going to kick it to the dangerous Gavin Hooper.
Gavin Hooper
he's
still
got
with it in his hand. He's got a gap there, doesn't he?
Close down, still driving. That, his lower body is so strong, Clint.
Yeah.
I mean, pound for pound, may be one of the strongest guys on the team.
I think they said he is the fastest
Number 20, Gavin Hooper on
as far as 40 times. Ozark over Dardanelle, Anthony, 34-6. And that's in a fourth quarter score. Pottsville over Waldron, 42-14. Shiloh Christian in a closer one than expected. They're over Prairie Grove, 21-7.
I think that Prairie Grove team's supposed to be a pretty decent ball team, Clint.
Evidently. Travis Thurkill going to roll to his left, looking for some space on the short side of the field. He is hit hard, run out of bounds.
Should have put his foot in the ground, get a little north and south there a little sooner.
Elkins leading Subiacos. They're going to bring in, retain a one-loss record.
Did you say?
Elkins
Okay.
over Subiaco.
I thought you said Subiaco over Elkins.
Mm-mm. Spread formation. Minute 53 left to go in the game. Travis back to pass. Got a man over here on the flag route trying to hit the slot receiver, Caleb Peters. A little bit wide.
You know,
Let's thank another one of our sponsors, Union Bank in Mena. Mena's only locally owned bank. Hometown banking at its best. Union Bank is right there with us from the very beginning on this live Bearcat Foundation broadcast. With that, I'd like to mention the Bearcat Foundation supporting all of the Bearcat sports, male and female. Hand off to Evan Graves.
and that was a
Big gain.
great vision by Evan right there. You know, he saw the bounce out to the outside and made the guy miss there, and guy had an angle on him, and he made him miss and picked up
Great
about
blocking.
15 yards.
Great blocking out of that trip side of that formation. Evan again with the carry. Spinning. Not able to get out of the grip of that initial tackler.
And they're
23 seconds. I think that's the
coaches was waving them over and saying, "Come to the sideline, boys, and line up, and let's go shake hands."
Yep, it's going to be it for the ball game. The Bearcats are going to win this one 43-13. I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this Bearcat Foundation broadcast and our new home here at YouTube live stream.
And just putting up with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And let's thank our couple of our
Electric.
sponsors. Go ahead, Anthony.
Thank Alshire Electric and all he does, and Johnny on the spot when we need things electrical done, and his support for the Bearcat Foundation.
Also thank Mena Regional Health System. Mena Regional joining us as a sponsor of the Bearcat Foundation live stream this year, and great having them on board. Even better having them in town. So
Absolutely.
to thank Jay Quibido and folks at Mena Regional Health System.
You know,
And,
Clint, with this win, you know, we should come out of this game here pretty healthy for what we have, and the guys that needed to sit tonight and get some much needed rest and some health with them, and they had.
Doesn't look like we had any other injuries. I'm not sure what happened at the center spot with the Case and Cannon came out there in the first quarter, but we're hopefully going to get the junior linebacker Coy House back. Unfortunately, it doesn't look good as far as getting Braxton Barr, the senior defensive end, back for next week. But Coy will be back sometime this season. We're not sure if it'll be the next game or maybe the week later, but it does look good. We've got an AC joint separation, but hopefully we'll get him back pretty quick. And he's certainly had a great year. And but overall tonight, about what we expected, but nice, crisp performance on the ground. We'd like to see some more stuff happening through the air, but not a lot of opportunities there. And we've looked good defensively, of course. We've seen that kind of consistently throughout the year. And look forward to this 7 o'clock matchup in Elkins, Arkansas here. It's next Friday night, Anthony.
It's going to be a long trip for us. Y'all might have to get started without me.
Yeah, I'd imagine. Yeah, that's right. And 42 is a senior. Travis Denton.
Travis Denton.
Travis Denton,
he's
number
a kid
42,
that
okay.
lived here growing up for a while, moved off, and I believe he came back last year. And
Okay.
So
that was the name that we were missing there tonight. So congratulations to Travis. He had him a nice game. Came out with quite a few tackles. So
absolutely, he was getting some pressure on the quarterback and making plays behind the line of scrimmage, and that's what you want.
thank the folks that, of course, normally we've been having the chat on the Facebook feed, and now obviously the way the YouTube chat works, it's going to work out a lot better. So we had tons of comments there as far as that was concerned, and I'd like to thank everybody for interacting and the positive and negative comments. And Anthony forgives you for all the bad things you said about him.
That's right.
And with that, we will sign off on with this Bearcat Foundation broadcast of Mena.